Yes, I greet you all wherever you are across the world. Welcome to Basanyuka FX channel. The acronym for the channel is BSFX if you can't pronounce Basanyuka FX. I'm a Forex trader and I've been trading for the past 3 years. I got a chance to be mentored by one of the best mentors in Forex trading from the Netherlands. And our team in the Discord, we trade the MMXM strategy, which is one of the best strategies in Forex trading. I'm currently living in Uganda, and yeah, that is basically my uh, profile. Let's go now into the right gyms of Forex trading. Um, I'll be doing weekly forecasts every Sundays, and I'll be doing some videos to teach new traders and intermediate traders, and this will be completely free on this channel. So feel free to like the channel, feel free to share the channel, and feel free to subscribe such that our channel can grow. Um, when I'm beginning my weekly forecast every week, I look at the economic calendar. Basically, our strategy, we trade on days where there is red folder news. So this week, which has started today on 29th of July, has no red folder news. That means it's a no trading day. We expect price to do the manipulation of the week for it to go into the intended direction for the rest of the week. On Tuesday, there are some red folder news. On Wednesday, we have red folder news. Thursday, red folder news. And even on Friday. That means the trading will start on Tuesday until Friday. However, we have some a big news, that is NFP, on Friday being the first Friday of the month. And even on Wednesday, we have FOMC statements. You have to be conscious of those two big news that are coming midweek and end of week. So in our strategy, we basically trade the GBP and Euro USD. When they are not moving, like currently they are doing so, we add on the S&P 500 on our list. But majorly, our list has only two currency pairs that we focus on. When they are not moving, that is when we incorporate in the S&P 500. We start our analysis on the monthly. That's why I normally start from every week in order to see the general picture, the general market structure of price on a higher time frame. Currently, price is in a big range. The DXY, we first analyze the DXY because it is one of the major movers. The dollar index is one of the major movers of price. So currently it has been in a range for 3 months, and this is the fourth month that it is not moving, not showing us direction. What does it mean? You have to be careful with all currency pairs that are uh, incorporated with DXY, those major currency pairs. So on the monthly, we see that the DXY took out the low of the previous uh, month, and we have a general rule. uh, Whenever price takes out liquidity, it seeks for fair value to be rebalanced in the range of the same candle. This is what it has done. Price took out the external range liquidity on the monthly, and immediately what did it do? It went back into the range. And when we go on the lower time frames, we shall find their areas of fair value to be rebalanced. We shall find their order blocks to be mitigated for the price to move lower if it wants to go lower. So let us go now on the weekly, the same DXY. Price came and took out this low, the equals on the weekly. And what is it doing? It is going back into the range. Remember, whenever price takes external range liquidity, it has to seek for internal range liquidity. So on the weekly, we had the previous week, we had this nice um, fair value gap, which price came and tapped in. We expected a very big rejection from that weekly fair value gap, but however we did not get it, and price went back into the range. This week we are seeing price going higher again, so we expect it to come and take away this previous week's high, which is also a targeted liquidity. We expect it to come and take away this previous week high, which is liquidity. And as our general rule, after taking external liquidity, it will seek for internal liquidity. Be careful, this week is the last week of the month as well as the first week of a new month. So all that I'm saying may change depending on how the new month will start. However, my anticipation is for price to seek a deeper retracement either into the 50% of this fair value gap or 75% of the same fair value gap in order for it to go lower, targeting what? Sorry for that. In order for it to go lower, targeting uh, the external range liquidity, which is a swing high, a swing low on the weekly time frame. So when we receive a good rejection on the 4-hour from this fair value gap, we expect price to move lower, targeting this uh, swing low on the weekly time frame. So we are still waiting. That is our market projection. That is what we anticipate to happen this week. However, should price come and violate this fair value gap, and on the 4-hour it closes above the fair value gap, we shall have little bias on the downside, and we shall be now targeting for higher prices, either for price to come and take out this candle high, or to come and take out this swing high on the weekly time frame. All we are waiting for are the big news on Wednesday, FOMC, which moves the market like a wildfire. And also we wait for NFP on Friday. So this week we are more conscious. We are trading consciously in anticipation for the big news, what will be brought after the big news in the market. So that is our forecast for the DXY. And since we know that currently we are moving higher on the DXY, trying to rebalance the areas of fair value on the GBP USD, we are moving lower. We do the same on the monthly. Monthly is consolidating. It has taken out the previous month. It has taken out the previous month high. Like our general rule, like I said, whenever price takes out a higher time frame liquidity level, it has to seek for rebalancing the fair value gaps within the same range. So after taking out these highs, it went back into the range to rebalance the areas of fair value. We shall prove that when we reach on the weekly. There was a fair value gap here on the weekly, which price failed to respect and continued higher, and there is another fair value gap on the same time frame which we expect price to tap in and head higher should it want to go higher, targeting this swing high, sorry, targeting this swing high on the weekly time frame. So whatever we are doing, we are consciously waiting for price to do the two things, to tap and rebalance the areas of fair value. It's good that here we have an order block that price may get a good rejection from its 50% level. So we are all waiting for price to make a low of the week and continue higher for the rest of the week. What is the other possibility is should price fail to reject from these areas of fair value, we expect it to continue lower throughout the week, targeting these lows because they also have liquidity here. This is liquidity that price could probably take out, come into this order block and rebalance it for it to go higher, or targeting this swing low, taking out its liquidity for it to go higher. So it's a game of probability. We are waiting and we shall see what the market will bring for us. Currently, we you can take the scalps to the low to the downside, targeting specifically these fair value areas, fair value gaps, and this swing low. But you really have to be conscious because the big news, when it steps in the market, everything will be displaced. On the Euro USD, on the monthly, the same profile is unveiled. Euro USD is nasty, very, very, very nasty. You see that it has been ranging for some good time. This is why I say that you should look at a higher time frame to get a general picture, not to be lost in the market and you find yourself losing money and you can't tell why you are losing money. So on the Euro USD, we see a market profile that is quite funny. It's a big range. However, we can as well analyze it. Price came and took out the previous month high. And whenever price takes out external range liquidity, it has now to seek for internal range liquidity, which it has done right now. When we go on the lower time frame, we shall truly uh, prove that it is seeking areas of fair value, the fair value gaps and fair value areas on the lower time frame. So we go on the weekly. Upon taking these highs, price is seeking liquidity, trying to rebalance the areas of fair value. There was a fair value gap here, which it disrespected. There is another area of fair value gap here, which we are now eyeing with conscious to see whether it will support price to go higher. Should it support it On the weekly, we shall be targeting this swing high as our draw on liquidity. Should it be disrespected to continue lower, we shall target this order block, the last down close candle, or this swing low to be our next draw on liquidity. So we wait for the news to come in the market to displace and we get the right bias of the market. Remember, we are trading basing on the higher time frame bias, the monthly, the weekly, and the daily. We only go into the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 15 minute, and lower to get our entries in cooperation, in conjunction with the higher time frame bias. So leaving that aside, we can check on the S&P 500. Traders, you should look at this wonderful index that moves in the same direction for quite a long time. If you manage to get a move on this index, you can make tremendous profits out of it. The first thing is that it respects the areas of fair value, the PDRAs, very, very, very much. You see here, it came into this fair value gap on the monthly, and what happened? It respected the 50% level, which is the equilibrium of that monthly fair value gap, and traded higher. So it is very, very good at respecting the areas of fair value, the PDRAs. On the monthly, the current month, it came and took out liquidity of the previous month's high. And what did it do? Our general rule is whenever price takes out a high or a low on a higher time frame, it has to seek for rebalancing the areas of fair value within the same range. So it took out this high and went back into the range on the weekly to rebalance the same areas of fair value. We had this fair value gap which price came and tapped in and respected very, very well. So what do we expect this week? We expect this week to make the low of the week. It could come and take away the 50% of this big candle on the weekly for it to go higher. But all that we have to wait. There is a big news that is coming midweek on Wednesday to see what it will cause in the market. So now we expect price to go higher upon this rejection on the fair value gap, targeting this swing high. So our draw on liquidity will be this swing high on the weekly. This is where our draw on liquidity will be. Should price go lower, which this index doesn't do normally, should it go lower, we shall be targeting this order block as our next area of rejection, or this swing low as our next area of liquidity. So we wait and see what price will bring into the market. So dear traders, I thank you for today. I welcome you onto my channel. Support me, subscribe, share the channel, like the channel. We meet in the next video. I remain Basanyuka FX. I thank you for your support. I thank you for viewing my first video on this channel. Thank you.